So I'm also using Quest. I'm doing something a little different. Well, I did something a little different last year, and I'm going to present it a little bit differently this year. But I was asked to take one of the classes that we teach here on campus, which is Chemistry 304K and 305. It's a non-majors kind of liberal arts chemistry class, and teach it as a dual credit high school class. And so I had the challenge to take what we normally do here in a lecture format and teach it to high schools across the state. So I used Quest.
They downloaded you?
They downloaded me. I never looked at it that way, but they did. They downloaded me. Let me just tell you a little bit about Cambridge first, then I'll tell you how we downloaded me. So this past year we served 17 high schools. Of the 17 high schools, 16 of them were Title I high schools. And a Title I high school is one that has greater than 50% free or reduced lunch. They often have less resources than other high schools and less qualified teaching staff. So, and then one of the high schools was actually a private school in Laredo. So they have special challenges, especially when it comes to getting people downloaded into their classroom. Last year I had about 200 students across the 17 high schools. At the high school level, the class was called a technology class. It is not an advanced chemistry class at the high school level. An advanced chemistry class at the high school level would be an AP class. And that's sort of like our general chemistry here on campus, 301, just 301 I think, or 301 and 302? 301 and 302. So they couldn't call it chemistry, but there is something in the TEA called a technology class, which is what it was called, which serves as an advanced measure for high school, like advanced placement credits. On campus, like I said, it was the Chemistry 304K and 305, which we kind of call liberal arts chemistry, or it's called chemistry in context. It doesn't serve to the science major as a credit, it's for non-science majors. Okay, so that's the class I was teaching. Oh, this is the book. We call it Chemistry in Context. It's a fun little book, sort of a survey of interest in chemistry topics. So the way we deliver the class is the Cambridge coordinator, and this year that was me, and next year that will be me, prepare the syllabus for the year and all of the assessments for these students. What I do is I work with the high school teacher. The high school teacher is the facilitator of the course, and I'm sort of the director or the coordinator of the course. So I'm really partnering with these high school teachers to deliver this curriculum. And the way I delivered the curriculum was via video and curricular documents delivered via Quest learning modules. Last year, we didn't have the learning modules available. This year, that's how I'm going to do it, and I can explain a little bit about that in a minute. All of the assessments last year and this year will be delivered via the Quest homework, quizzes, and exams, which I think most of you are probably familiar with. And on their end, all the answers are input via the web, and so we don't do the bubble sheet or anything like that. Everything is going to be put in on the computers in their classroom. And the questions are either multiple choice, or this year we're adding a new feature to Quest, which is called file upload. Okay, and what that is I can deliver a document to the students via Quest. They can work it out, and then they can upload it back to me so I can grade more critically. Okay, and so the way I work with the teachers, this is just an example of a 1-week plan. Some high schools are in 45-minute blocks of time. Some high schools run in 90-minute every other day blocks of time. So I broke the curriculum down into 45-minute blocks. And then for a particular week, week 2, I tell them what the goal of the week is. And then I tell them, or I advise to them what would be good to do each day of the week to get through the curriculum on time. And so this year we're going to work through learning modules. So it's just learning module 1, 2, 3, 4 for that week. And then I always leave a little bit of time at the end for them to mop up or whatever. But the curriculum is being delivered via these learning modules. So then I try to make it as clear to the teacher as possible what to do. They're going to give learning modules. They have to start the homework because the homework takes time. And like the way Sasha did it was he showed the modules and then he gives the homework. But for these students, a lot of times you have to start on the homework a little bit sooner because they need help from their teacher. They can't do it on their own, and sometimes they end up doing that during their class time. So I wanted to show you an example of a Quest learning module. Okay, so this is the Quest page where you have all your courses. And so for this fall, I've set up 17 courses. So I'm the main instructor for the 17 courses, and then each teacher is my secondary instructor on all those courses. And then I have set up a template course right here. And on the template, what I do is I deliver the curriculum, the Quest learning modules, homeworks, and assessments one. I set it up on the template, and then the individual high school teachers come in and import those assignments into their own individual courses. So that's how we keep them separate. And I can't do it all at once because the high schools are all, they have different days off, they have different schedules, and so they have to have some flexibility in how they deliver the curriculum. And so, did that work?
Just a quick mechanical question.
Yes, sir.
You might have already answered it. These are high school students elsewhere who
Yes.
are directly accessing the class?
Yes.
These are dual credit students, so they are actually enrolled.
Okay.
We have more off-campus high school students than we do on-campus students using Quest right now.
The Quest is used all over the world, really, and so a high school can pay, what, I don't know, $100, $200, it's negotiable.
And evolving
But for security purposes, not only get you to
Yeah, they get this kind of lower level UTE ID, so that's what all these kids will get, is like the lower level, not as high assurance or.
Is Quest a UT thing or what general?
Oh,
College
yes.
and natural
College
sciences.
and natural sciences. So this is my course, you saw what classes look like. Mine, I mean, the interface looks very, very similar, but I've just started setting this one up for this next year. And so I've got a pre-assessment where I'm gonna have the teachers give all the students a skill pre-assess and a concept pre-assess, sort of like what Sasha was talking about before, but for chemistry concept questions. Then the first unit is on nuclear chemistry, and so it looks a little out of order right now, but the, where's Shannon? Do you want to comment on this, or do you want me to keep talking there? Shannon is the Quest support person for this class this year, and so Shannon has helped me set up these learning modules. Last year when I delivered the curriculum, I made videos, and I posted them on the chemistry department website. I made up assessments in Quest, and I also had sort of guided learning worksheets for them to do in class, for the teachers to do in class with the students. And I had the same kind of outline, 45-minute chunks, and I'd say, please watch this video on this day, watch this video on this day, now do this worksheet, now do this homework. And so I was telling them to do a lot of different things, which is a lot for a high school teacher who has 7 periods. Okay, and I'm just like one more period telling them lots of different things to do. And so what I learned last year by trying to teach this distance course was the teachers, I would put this stuff out there, they wouldn't necessarily go in the order that I suggested. They would give them things that, from a course development point of view, should have come later, earlier, and it was not for a lot of kids, it wasn't a nice, smooth presentation of the material. So this year, the improvement is, with the learning modules, I can use the Quest to control the delivery of the course. I can tell if the teachers have actually given the worksheet, the kind of the inquiry-based learning to the students, because I can see when they log in, I can see and I can force them to upload it back to me, and I know that they're going in the proper order. And so for me, it's a different plus to use this system because I can better control what's going on out in the classrooms. So the first learning module, for example, and that one is just a little introductory module where I'm using an animation. Like a lot of times in a textbook, it'll say, there'll be a little sidebar and it'll say, oh, cool, look at this animation. Or the teacher will say, go look at this animation. And we know it's important, but the students, you know, it's just another waste of time if you're not assessing it. This is just an animation from that PHET site. And you, so what you do is you have the kids pull up the animation, and then there's a worksheet that walks them through the animation. Then they have to upload the worksheet back to me. If the teacher doesn't want to do that, well, we're working that out. But the next level would be for that worksheet to be in Quest also, and they put the answers in.
So you're saying the animations are still something they have to go get, as opposed to the animation playing when they're viewing the
Right, so that's the next level of development. We've tried to, I mean, we're working on putting the animation right in Quest, but that is a lot of development, and like to your point of how much time does it take to do this? So when I started teaching this class last year, I started preparing this class last year. I hadn't taught it in like 10 years, so it's a lot of work just to get the stuff together.
There are certainly animations that I think we all would like to embed directly in. For me, the most efficient solution I found, again, because there were some external animations I had available in the physics community, I made myself a little video clip of how to use the animation. I gave the web URL, and then I asked a series of multiple choice questions about what they would find if they did the animation and